Hey there, Kelly here. So every day we can find something to be negative about, right? Something that we're pissed off about, that we hate, we mad about it, right? But what about those things that you're actually grateful for? So today I am going to share with you guys 7 things that I personally am grateful for, and maybe it will make you think about some things that maybe you're grateful for. So stay tuned. All right, so first of all, let me put this out there. I am not organized enough to sit down and actually put this list in order. So I'm just gonna give it to you guys in no uncertain order. So don't think that just because I put this one in that spot or this one in that spot means that it's more important than the other. So I'm just gonna give you the list and stop freaking babbling, right? Okay, so the number one thing that I'm grateful for are my kids. They drove me crazy as hell when they was younger. My son tried to eat me out of house and home. My daughter was like real moody at times, and but guess what? They kept me going. They gave me a reason to do a lot of the things that I've done in my life, and they really keep me going even now as them being adults. With a lot of the stuff that happens, they've really become my friends. And people who are parents, let me tell you something. Friendships with your children happen after you parent them. Not while you're parenting them, not before, after. So my folks are legal and they grown and now we could be friends. But before then, I was getting that ass, I'm gonna be honest with you. But I'm still grateful for them little people. I'm still grateful for them. Okay, so the next thing I'm grateful for are my parents. And I am very, very fortunate in the fact that both of my parents are still alive. Longevity tends to run in my family. So I have a grandmother that passed last year. She was 91. My grandfather, when he passed, he was well into his 90s. My other grandmother is still alive. She'll be 91 this year. So my people be living long, long time. So my parents are still here. I think I was digressing, so I had to get back on track. But anyway, my mom is like the person that anytime anything ever happens in my life, if I break a fingernail, I call my mama. My father and I are just now really coming into our relationship all these 4.7 million years later. After I got my illness, my dad has insisted that I call him every week. And that has actually paid dividends on my end because my father used to be the parent that would drive me crazy, but now we just laugh and tease and act silly with one another. So I am very, very grateful for my parents. Okay, the other thing that I am grateful for, this is gonna probably sound weird, flowers. I am like seriously and sincerely grateful for flowers. They fascinate the crap out of me. I have a whole album on my computer of photos that I have taken of all of these different beautiful, colorful, fragrant flowers here around Thailand. And when I was back in the States, they always say, you gotta stop and smell the roses. Girl, I was working. Anybody had time to be stopping and smelling nothing. Except the dollar bills going into my bank account. That was the way I saw it. But since moving to Thailand, I have slowed down and I've noticed flowers in some of the most interesting places growing out of cracks in the sidewalk in the city, and people take care of them. And that's the thing that really is fascinating to me about being here in Thailand. It seems like life, even of a flower, is valued, whereas in a lot of places that bad boy would have been trampled in the sidewalk, but here they actually go around it and it survives. So I'm going to actually add a few of those pictures of those pretty flowers for those of you that want to see some of them to this video. So I am grateful for flowers. They make me slow down and pay attention to what beauty the world really does have to offer. All right, so the next thing that I'm grateful for is music. There's always some music, well, I shouldn't say always. 97% of the time, if I am here in my apartment, there is some music being played. Almost always, it's how I get through my life, if you will. And yeah, music. So I'm jamming out around here. Don't laugh at my inability to dance. Oh, But yes, music is one of the things. So when someone asks me like what's my favorite music or my favorite song, I really don't have one, because I listen to so much stuff that this week I might have a favorite, but then next week I might have a different favorite. But I will tell you this, I thought this was funny. I am learning to speak Thai, and I decided that I would listen to the Thai music. And a lot of it is really slow, so you can hear the words, and and that way once you learn what something means, you can actually start to put it in place. So I was talking to one of the guys in my class, and I said, I'm using Thai music, and he goes, it's too slow for me. He says, I think Thai girls like to cry. So I had to laugh about that, because the slowness is actually what's helping me. So I hope they're not crying, but I'm digging the music. All right, so let's move on to the next thing I'm grateful for. Okay, so the next thing that I am grateful for is air conditioning. Like, for real. Like, if you guys have ever, well, first of all, I moved here from Florida. So if you've ever been to Florida, especially July and August, it'd be hotter than hell. That's the real deal. But I moved to Thailand, and Thailand's weather is, I want to say, very similar to Florida, except for the fact that the heat over here has been kicked up a notch. So I know dang on well it wasn't just me. I saw Satan standing on a corner looking for a glass of lemonade, I promise you. So having AC here is a absolute blessing. So yes, I'm grateful for air conditioning, indeed. Okay, so the next thing I'm grateful for, believe it or not, as much as we gripe about it, is Facebook. And the reason I am grateful for Facebook is because it allows me to stay really connected to my family, even my extended family back in the States. And now that they've added the video chatting and the being able to make the phone calls and all of that stuff, it allows me to really be able to, again, stay in touch, not just in a manner where I'm typing, but I can actually sometimes see my family members, I can hear my family members, and I've got a group for just my family that, we keep up with one another. And so I really am grateful for that tool to be able to use. So yep, I'm grateful for Facebook. All right, so the last thing that I am grateful for are people who get me but don't feel like they have to fix me. So what I mean by that is, again, if you guys know my story, I'm battling an autoimmune disease. And oftentimes, I'll say to somebody, oh, this is happening when you have an autoimmune disease, or that's happening. There was no question mark at the end of that. So I don't really need your supplements. I don't need your exercise routines. I don't need your food recommendations. I didn't ask you for all that. So I know that people mean well, but I didn't ask you. So I have a group of people who realize that sometimes you just want somebody to hear what you're saying. You just want to be heard. You just want to be listened to. Sometimes you're having a shit day and you just need that shoulder to lean on. You don't need that shoulder answering questions, offering advice that you didn't ask for, any of all that other nonsense. You just need somebody to be right there when you want to bawl your face off, or when you just need to crack a good joke about whatever the hell is happening to you. So I love the fact that I really do have a small group of people who just get that. They understand that they don't have to fix me. Sometimes I just want to be heard. All right, guys, so why don't you share below what it is that you're grateful for? I'm grateful for subscribers. I'm grateful for comments. I'm grateful for y'all being here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so, I can be grateful for you. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Ciao.